Yeah, hi peeps, it's Terse back on the old squat box once again, and here to discuss a little bit more information about Christie, you know, how crazy this guy is and how he seems to have a different view of reality, you know. Do you remember but when he was asked about how well he knew his good friend from college, David Wildstein, and he turned and says, I hardly know David Wildstein, you know, back in college, you know, I was class president and an athlete, and I have no idea what David was doing back in college, you know, and as for knowing David, you know, real well, I haven't spoke to David or met with David since before the election, did blah blah blah, which, you know, now there's photographs of him actually meeting him, you know, after the election and you know, during the shutdown of the bridge. Well, it's just come out that people are now asking him about, you know, the credit, you know, deficit that his wife has run up. His wife apparently has run up millions of dollars in debt, you know, and he's been asked about that, and he's came out with something very similar, saying, well, yeah, I don't really know Mrs. Christie that well. We haven't spoken since before the election, you know, and you know, I'm not really sure about what Mrs. Christie does in our marriage, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm a father and a husband. I'm sure you should be asking Mrs. Christie what her part in the marriage is, you know, and I haven't spoken to Mrs. Christie in, well, since before the election, you know, you know. You know, and as for credit cards, no, we don't have joint credit cards. I have my own credit cards. If you want to discuss Mrs. Christie's, you know, deficits, you know, you have to talk to Mrs. Christie. You know, I don't think I've had more than 2 conversations with Mrs. Christie's during the whole of our marriage, you know. Yeah, okay, I'm taking the piss, you know, but this is the sort of thing that Christie is doing, man, you know. He went on the radio the other day, man, and he fluffed and flummed and, you know, sort of like came out with all this guff about, you know, well, you know, I don't know when I knew anything, I don't even know what I know now, and maybe, you know, I knew something, but I don't know when I knew it, and maybe, you know, it wasn't at the time when you think I knew it, and I didn't know when it was that I knew it, you know, and it's like, what, you know, it's almost like saying he doesn't know his own kids and his own wife. He's the fucking mayor, you know, well, not the mayor, he's the state governor, right? Yeah, he's a state fucking governor, and if he doesn't know what the fuck was going on that bridge, then who the fuck does? That shit must cross his fucking desk at one fucking time or another. There's got to be documentation out there that proves on a certain date that at least that documentation went through his office. Whether he turns around and says he didn't read it or not, which is probably another avenue he can take, or these people who have all resigned hid it from me, it was there and should have been presented and put on my desk, but it wasn't. Maybe that's at an angle he can take, but that alone negates his ability to have any further useful fucking interaction in politics. If you can't trust the people that you gather as, and he personally picked these people to be in his team, if you pick a team that you can't trust, then how the hell could you ever, well, one, be elected as governor for a second time? I don't understand that. I mean, he should never be governor if he's picked a team he can't trust. And how can you ever run for a national election to become president? Or even further your career in any other way in politics if your decision making and your assessment of people is so bad that you gather a whole team around you who connive behind your back, don't give you the information you need to know what's going on, and leave you with this fucking steamy turd in your lap, you know. Christie's political career is dead, and I don't see how he can even finish his second term as governor of the state of New Jersey. I just don't see how he can finish it. This guy needs to resign or be you know, impeached, because he is a complete buffoon, idiot, can't run a fucking Menage, you know what I mean? Idiotic, man. And the more he digs, the deeper the hole he's in. And he should just resign and quietly fuck off and fade into the background for 2 years, and then maybe come back and get himself, you know, a job on Fox News, or you know, start a blog, you know, a right-wing blog or some fucking thing. You know what I mean? You'll find a way of making money. They always fucking do, these fucking criminal fucking wankers. You know what I mean? But I don't see how anybody can see what's been going on with not just the Fort Lee, but the fucking Hoboken fucking thing, trying to trade, you know, Sandy relief money for, you know, a commercial fucking, you know, commercial building in that sort of town. You know, that you know, it's just impossible to see how he's not linked to all of those things through the people that he knew, the people he gave jobs, made new jobs that didn't exist before in order to employ them. All these people that he's known, for some of them for a decade, you know what I mean? Like the fucking the lawyer from the Port Authority, you know what I mean? And the longer he drags this out, the more people he's going to pull down with him when he eventually gets caught. Because in order for him not to go to jail, he's going to have to fucking turn, you know, Crown's evidence and fucking spill the beans and grass on everybody else, or he's going to end up in fucking jail. You know what I mean? Which is not unusual for Republican fucking governors. You know what I mean? If you look at the past sort of 9 years, lots of, and some Democrats as well, but lots of Republican governors and mayors all getting caught for corruption and going to fucking jail. You know what I mean? And he's just the next one in line. Anyway, Sanji fucking van, motherfuckers. And au revoir, Christie, you fat fuck.